guys, so today we're going to read our next Kevin Hanks book, and it's called A Weekend with Wendell. Now, this is one of my all-time favorites. That Wendell is ornery, so watch out for Wendell. If I can get my book open. On Friday afternoon, Wendell's parents dropped him off at Sophie's house. "Wendell's going to spend the weekend with us," said Sophie's mother, while his parents visit relatives out of town. "Oh, boy," said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. Look at Sophie's face. Do you think she's worried about how Wendell's going to behave? We're going to find out. After a snack, Sophie helped Wendell carry his sleeping bag and suitcase upstairs. "What are we going to do now?" asked Wendell. "Do you have any toys?" Sophie pointed to her toy chest. "Is that all you've got?" said Wendell. "I've got 1,000,000 times more than that. What else is there to do around here?" We could play house," said Sophie. "Only if I can make the rules," said Wendell. Does Wendell sound like the kind of kid you want to play with? So they played house, and Wendell made the rules. He was the father, the mother, and the 5 children. Sophie was the dog. Then they played hospital. Wendell was the doctor, the nurse, and the patient. Sophie was the desk clerk. Sounds like Wendell's hogging all the fun, doesn't it? When they pretended they worked in a bakery, Wendell was the baker and Sophie was a sweet roll. "Isn't this fun?" said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. Is she having a good time? No. Wendell's being kind of a bossy, isn't he? He's a bossy little feller. At dinner, Wendell said he was allergic to anything green, and so he didn't have to eat his vegetables. And then when Sophie wasn't looking, he scooped the whipped cream off of her dessert. "When is Wendell leaving?" whispered Sophie. "Soon," said her mother. "Soon," said her father. So they're getting kind of tired of Wendell's behavior too, huh? After Sophie's parents tucked Sophie in her bed, zipped Wendell in his sleeping bag, kissed them both, and turned off the light, Wendell grabbed his flashlight and shone it right in Sophie's eyes. "See ya tomorrow," he said, smiling. Sophie shut her eyes. "I can't wait for Wendell to go home," she said to herself. On Saturday morning, when Sophie woke up, there was a lumpy blue monster jumping up and down on her bed. It was Wendell. She felt something pinch her leg at breakfast. It was Wendell. She heard scary noises coming from the broom closet. It was Wendell. Wendell used Sophie's crowns and left them on the porch so they melted. At lunch, Wendell finger painted with his peanut butter and jelly. "Isn't this fun?" said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. "When is Wendell leaving?" whispered Sophie. "Soon," said her mother. "Soon," said her father. Before Wendell's parents picked him up on Sunday morning, he tried to make a long-distance call. He wrote his name on the bathroom mirror with toothpaste and gave Sophie a new hairdo with shaving cream. This guy is something else. Do you think they make friends? Do you think they learn to get along? "Want to go outside and help me wash this off?" asked Sophie. "We could play firefighter." "Oh, boy," said Wendell. I think Wendell's in for a taste of his own medicine. So they played firefighter, and Sophie made the rules. She was the fire chief, and Wendell was the burning building. "Isn't this fun?" said Sophie. Wendell didn't say anything. "Do I get to be fire chief?" said Wendell. "Maybe," said Sophie. Soon Wendell and Sophie didn't care who was the fire chief and who was the burning building. See, look, they're playing nicely together because one is not being really bossy with the other one. "Time to go," said Wendell's mother. "Time to go," said Sophie's father. "Already?" said Wendell. "Already?" said Sophie. "When is Wendell coming back?" asked Sophie. "Never," said her mother. "Never," said her father. That afternoon, when Wendell unpacked his suitcase, he heard something crunch. It was a note from Sophie. It said, "I hope to see you soon." So they learned how to be friends, even though at first Wendell really got on Sophie's nerves, they found a way to get along and be friends. And so yesterday we talked about bullying with Chrysanthemum and how she was bullied because of her name. So today we're talking about friendship and how to get along with people. And I think Sophie did a good job of getting along with Wendell. She didn't just get mad right off the bat. She didn't turn into like a big tattletale and tattle on him to her mom or dad constantly. She didn't get mad at him, but she learned how to give him kind of a taste of his own medicine and how to get along with him. And that's the important thing. She learned how to get along with Wendell. And so both of these books were really good to teach kids lessons about how to stick up for yourself, but how to get along with others too, and be kind like Sophie. Sophie was very kind and patient with Wendell because Wendell wasn't doing it out of meanness. He just was full of energy and made some bad decisions. And we all know people, and us included, everybody does it, who may be a really great kid but might make a bad decision from time to time. And that's Wendell. He was just kind of ornery. So Sophie was very kind and patient with him. And eventually they became friends. So I really like both of those books, and I hope that you did too.